Geometry is our fifth unit of this term. Geometry is a part of mathematics that focuses on the study of shapes, sizes, which treats the properties of points, lines, surfaces, and solids. Let us recall the following concepts on lines and points which we have learned in class 6. Students, let us start from a point. A point has no dimension. It is represented by a dot. Here, in the real life example, here, where is the point? Yes, it is inside the yellow circle. Here, the black dot is known as a point. And now, let us study about line. A line extends along both directions. A line extends along both directions without any end. So, a line has no starting or end points. A line AB is denoted by AB. Sometimes small letters like L, M, N and so on are used to denote lines. Here, the black line without any end points is known as a line. Here is a real life example of line. A line does not have a starting or ending points like this row shown above. Line segment. What is a line segment? A line segment has two end points. The line segment AB is represented by AB. So, here this blue line is a line segment and here A and B are the end points of this line segments. A is known as starting point and B is known as end point. Now, ray. What is a ray? A ray is a line that starts from a point A and extends without any end in a particular direction passing through B, which is denoted by AB. Here, listen carefully. Here, this ray starts from a point A and extends without any end in a particular direction passing through the point B. Okay? So, it has one end point and in the other hand, it has no end point. It extends without any end in a particular direction, which is an example of a ray. Here, the flash starts from a point and goes without any end point, which is called a ray. Parallel lines. If two lines M and N are parallel, then we denote it as M parallel to N. Parallel lines never intersect each other. So, if two lines never intersect each other, then we can say that two lines are parallel to each other. Here, M and N are parallel lines because they never intersect each other. Students, here the two tracks of a train does not intersect each other. So, this is an example of parallel lines. Intersecting lines. When two lines have a common point, then they are called intersecting lines. And that point is called the point of intersection of the given two lines. Here, L and M are two lines which are said to be intersecting lines. And here, these two lines have a common point. And this point is known as point of intersection of the given two lines. So, listen carefully. What is meant by intersecting lines? When two lines have a common point, They are called intersecting lines, and that point is called the point of intersection of the given two lines. This is an example of intersecting lines. Let us see some more lines. Vertical lines. When a line runs from top to bottom in a straight line, it is a vertical line. Perpendicular lines. When two lines meet or intersect at an angle of 90 degree or at a right angle, then they are perpendicular to each other. Here RS and PQ are perpendicular lines. Students, let us see collinear points and non-collinear points. If three or more points lie on the same line, then they are called collinear points. Otherwise, they are called non-collinear points. Students, here A, B and C are collinear points because these 3 points lies on the same line. And here P, Q and R are called non-collinear point because R is not lie on the line. Collinear points. 3 or more points in a plane are said to be collinear if they are all lie on the same line. Here A, B, C, D are collinear points. Non-collinear points. Here A, B and C, D are non-collinear points because they does not lies on the same line. Angles. Recall that an angle is formed when two rays diverge from a common point. The rays forming an angle are called the arms of the angle, and the common point is called the vertex of the angle. You have studied different types of angles such as acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle and reflex angle in class 6. We can summarize them as follows. Acute angle. An angle whose measure is less than 90 degree is called an acute angle. That is, an angle between 0 and 90 degrees is called an acute angle. Here, for example, 54 degree, which is less than 90 degree, is called an acute angle. Here I have given some examples of acute angle. Here in all these examples, the angle which is measures is less than 90 degree, which is called an acute angle. Right angle. An angle whose measure is exactly 90 degree is called a right angle. Here that is an angle of exactly 90 degrees. (90°), the angle is marked with the box. These are the examples of right angle. It is exactly 90 degree. Now let us see about obtuse angle. An angle whose measure is greater than 90 degree is called an obtuse angle. That is an angle between 90 to 180 degrees. So here this angle is said to be an obtuse angle. For example, 130 degree, which is more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Here these are the examples of obtuse angle. Now, straight angle. An angle whose measure is exactly 180 degrees is called a straight angle. An angle whose measure is exactly 180 degree is called a straight angle. Straight angle measures 180 degree. These are the examples of straight angle. Now, reflex angle. An angle whose measure is greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree. Greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree is called a reflex angle. That is an angle between 180 and 360 degrees. That is, for example, 230 degree, which is more than 180 degree but less than 360 degree, which is a reflex angle. Dear students, these are the real life examples of reflex angle. Here, this is a reflex angle. Let us once again recall acute angle. An angle whose measure is less than 90 degree is called an acute angle. Right angle. An angle whose measure is exactly 90 degree is called a right angle. Obtuse angle. An angle whose measure is greater than 90 degree is called an obtuse angle. Straight angle. An angle whose measure is exactly 180 degree is called a straight angle. Reflex angle. An angle whose measure is greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree is called a reflex angle. Now, students, let us see about complementary angles. Two angles are called complementary angles if their sum is 90 degree. So, two angles are called complementary angles if their sum is equal to 90 degree. So, if their sum is equal to 90 degree, then we can say that the two angles are complement to each other. Here, for example, 35 degree and 55 degree. Here, these two angles are given. So, when we add the sum, it means adding two angles, that is 35 degree plus 55 degree, which is equal to 90 degree. So, these two angles are complement to each other. So, the pair of angles 35 degree and 55 degree are complementary, where the angles 35 degree is said to be the complement of the other angle 55 degree and vice versa. So, this is the example of complementary angle. Here, one more example of complementary angles. So, now, supplementary angles. Two angles are called supplementary angles if their sum is equal to 180 degree. For example, observe the sum of measures of the angles 70 degree and 110 degree given in the figure. When two angles are supplementary, each angle is said to be the supplement of the other. Here, 70 degree is supplement of 110 degree and 110 degree is supplement of the angle 70 degree. And here, two angles 70 degree and 110 degree. Two angles are called supplementary angles because their sum is equal to 180 degree. 70 degree plus 110 degree is equal to 180 degree. So the sum is equal to 180 degrees. So we can say that these two angles 70 degree and 110 degree are called supplementary angles. So this is an example of supplementary angles. Supplementary angles in real life. 90 degree plus 90 degree, which is equal to 180 degrees. Introduction. We are familiar with complementary and supplementary angles. Let us see some more related pairs of angles now. Pair of angles formed by intersecting lines. We are going to study related angles such as adjacent angles, linear pair of angles, and vertically opposite angles. Adjacent angles. The teacher shows a picture of sliced orange with angles marked on it. Now let's see the conversation between the teacher and students. Teacher, how many angles are marked on the picture? Can you name them? Kavin, 3 angles are marked on the picture. They are angle AOC, angle AOB, and angle BOC. Teacher, which are the angles seen next to each other? Turigai, angles such as angle AOB and angle BOC are next to each other. Teacher, how many vertices are there? Mukhil, there is only one common vertex. Teacher, how many arms are there? Name them. There are 3 arms. They are OA, OB and OC. Teacher, is there any common arm for angle AOB and angle BOC? Ovia. Yes, OB is the common arm for angle AOB and angle BOC. Teacher, what can you say about the arms OA and OC? Kavin, they lie on the either side of the common arm OB. Teacher, are the interiors of angle AOB and angle BOC overlapping? Mugil, no, their interiors are not overlapping. Teacher, hence the 2 angles, angle AOB and angle BOC, have one common vertex O, one common arm OB, other 2 arms OA and OC lie on either side of the common arm and their interiors do not overlap. Such pair of angles, angle AOB and angle BOC, are called adjacent angles. So, 2 angles which have a common vertex and a common arm whose interiors do not overlap are called adjacent angles. Now students, observe the figure 5.2 in which angles are named angle 1, angle 2 and angle 3. It can be observed that there are 2 pairs of adjacent angles such as angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles and angle 2 and angle 3 are one pair of adjacent angles. So then what about the pair of angles 1 and 3? Angle 1 and angle 3. They are not adjacent because this pair of angles have a common point. But common point which is vertex. But they do not have a common arm. Here 2 arms are there. As angle 2 is in between angle 1 and angle 3. Also, interiors of angle 1 and angle 3 do not overlap. Overlap, it means extend over so as to cover partly. Since the pair of angles does not satisfy one among the 3 conditions, they are not adjacent. Therefore, adjacent angles are 2 angles that share a common vertex and side ray, that is common arm, but have no common interior points. They have the same vertex but doesn't don't overlap. Here the examples. Here angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent because D is a common point and DB is a common arm of these two angles. So angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent, but angle 3 and angle 4 are not adjacent angles because they have no common point, and common point, which means common vertex, and also they have no common arm. Hence, angle 3 and angle 4 are not adjacent angles. Angle 1 and angle ADC are not adjacent. ADC are not adjacent. Real life examples of adjacent angles. Linear pair of angles. Now students, let us see about linear pairs of angles. Now observe the figure 5.3. Here QPR and RPS, or these two angles, have a common vertex P and a common arm PR. So they are called adjacent angles. And also these two angles QPR and RPS together will make an angle QPS, which is acute angle. When QPR and RPS, these two angles are increased, an angle QPS becomes, here in the first case, it becomes right angle. So when angle QPR and RPS are increased, in the first case it becomes right angle, and in the second case if it is increased, so an angle QPS becomes obtuse angle, which is greater than 90 and less than 180 degree. And now students, if RPS, an angle RPS increased, QPS, an angle QPS becomes a straight angle, which is 180 degree. And in the last case, if RPS angle increased, and finally it becomes QPS. What about QPS angle? QPS angle becomes reflex angle, which is greater than 180 degree, less than 360 degree. Now students, if the resultant angle, that is the sum of two angles, an angle QPR plus RPQ is 180 degree, that is straight angle, then the angles are called supplementary angles. Thus we know the adjacent angles that are supplementary lead us to a pair of angles that lie on a straight line. So that is, if two adjacent angles are supplementary, then we can say this pair of angles are called linear pair of angles. Okay, are you clear? So what is supplementary angle? Supplementary angle, if the sum of two angles is 180 degree, then the two angles are called supplementary angles. What is linear pair of angles? If two adjacent angles are supplementary, then this pair of angles are called linear pair of angles. Now let us see the definition of linear pairs. That is, linear pairs are two adjacent angles that create a line. So the two angles are supplementary. So if two adjacent angles are supplementary, then this pair of angles are called linear pair of angles. So for example, here 1 and 2, here ABC and CBD are two angles, and here the sum of these two angles is 180 degree. Here 61 degree plus 119 degree is equal to 180 degrees. So here these two adjacent angles are supplementary. So then we can say that these two angles is a pair, linear pair of angles. And here in the second example, so one angle is 35 degree and another angle is 145 degree. So and also these two angles are adjacent angles. It has common vertex and common arm. And also when we add these two angles, that is 35 degree plus 145 degree, it gives 180 degree, which is a straight line, and it is supplementary. So this adjacent supplementary angles are called linear pair of angles. Students, here observe the following pictures and find the other angle of linear pairs. So here these are the examples of real life linear pair of angles. So here these two angles are adjacent, and also here these two angles are adjacent. Here these two angles are adjacent angles, and here they having common arm and common vertex. And also here one angle of linear pair is given, that is 84 degree. Here our question is to find the other angle of linear pair. So it is given that it is a linear pair of angles. So we know that the condition is when we add two angles and it gives 180 degree, then we can say that these two angles are in linear pair. So here 84 degree plus some other angle gives 180 degree. So by using this you can easily find the other angle of linear pair. Students, since they are linear pair of angles, their sum is 180 degree. Okay, since they are linear pair of angles, their sum is 180 degree. Let the angle, unknown angle, be x degree. So here we can write x degree plus the sum of angles x degree plus 84 degree is equal to 180 degree. So what is x degree? 180 minus 84 degree, which is 96 degree. One angle is 86 degree and let the other angle be x degree. Since they are linear pair of angles, their sum is equal to 180 degree. So that is their sum, which means x degree plus other degree is 86. The sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degree. So x degree is equal to 180 degree. So here plus 86 becomes minus 86 in the other side. X degree is equal to 180 degree minus 86 degree is 94 degree. So the other unknown angle is 94 degree. Here the angle is 159 degree is given, and here we have to find the other angle which we taken as x degree. So let the other angle be x degree. Since they are linear pair of angles, their sum is equal to 180 degree. So the sum, it means we have to add x degree and the given angle 159 degree. The sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degree. So x degree, what is x degree? 180 degree minus, here this plus 159 degree becomes minus 159 degree in the other side, in the right hand side. So x degree is equal to 180 degree minus 159 is 21 degree. So the other angle is 21 degree. Now students, let us say example 5.1, and here in the figure 5.5, find AOC. We have to find an angle AOC. Here O is a common vertex and OB is a common arm. So here it is adjacent angles. So two angles which have a common vertex and common arm, OB, whose interior do not overlap. Overlap, it means one above the other, are called adjacent angles. So here AOB and BOC are adjacent angles. So now we know that angle AOC can be written as angle AOB plus angle BOC. That is, we can write angle AOC as the sum of an angle AOB and an angle BOC. So here we know that what is an angle AOB? It is 51 degree plus what is an angle BOC? It is 46 degree. So 46 degree. Now, so adding 46 degree and 51, we get 97 degree. Therefore, here an angle AOC is equal to 97 degree. Now students, let us do the problem. Example 5.2. And here, if angle POQ is given, that is 23 degree, and angle POR is given, which is 62 degree. So here we have to find the angle QOR. So now, so subtracting 23 from 62, we can get the remaining part, angle of QOR. So, and here angle POQ and QOR are adjacent angles. So, for adjacent angles, we can write angle POR as the sum of these two angles. That is, angle POR is equal to angle POQ plus angle QOR. And what is POR? Angle POR is 62 degree and is equal to angle POQ is 23 degree plus QOR. And here we need the measurement of this angle. So keep angle QOR aside. So bring 23 to the other side. So here plus 23 becomes minus 23. So 62 degree minus 23 degree is 39 degree. So angle QOR is 39 degree. Students, example 5.3. Which of the following pair of adjacent angles will make a linear pair? So here these are the given pair of adjacent angles. Okay. So now we have to find which pair will make a linear pair. So first let us take the first one, 89 degree and 91. So let us find whether it makes a linear pair. So what is linear angle? Linear pair of angles. So the adjacent angles that are supplementary. So leads us to a pair of angles that lie on a straight line. This pair of angles are called linear pair of angles. So it means that when we add the given two angles, it is equivalent to 180 degree. Then we can say that these pairs, that is the given adjacent angles, are in linear pair. So now we have to add the given two angles. So here, since 89 degree and 91 degree, 89 degree plus 91 degree, since 89 degree plus 91 degree, which is equal to, so when we add these two angles, we get 180 degree, isn't it? So if it is equivalent to 180 degree, then we can say these two angles will make a linear pair. So this pair will make a linear pair. So that is this pair will be a linear pair. So now let us check the second one. The second one is given angles are 105 degree and 65 degree. So since first we have to find the addition, the sum of these two angles. Let us find 105 degree plus 65 degree, which gives 170 degree. So which is not equivalent to 180 degree. So here, if it is equal to 180 degree, then we can say that this pair will be a linear pair. But it is equivalent to 170 degree, which does not make us supplementary. So that is, it is not a linear pair. So this pair cannot make a linear pair. Third one. So now students, let us check the third one, the third pair. So what is the third pair? So 117 degree and 62 degree. First, we have to find the sum. 117 degree plus 62 degree. So if it is equivalent to 180 degree, then we can say that this pair can be a linear pair. This pair will be a linear pair. Otherwise, we can say that it cannot make a linear pair. So add 170 degree, 117 degree and 62 degree, which is 179 degree. So which is not equal to 180 degree. So if it is not equal to 180 degree, then we can say that this pair cannot make a linear pair. So let us check the last pair, that is 40 degree and 140 degree. So since 40 degree plus 140 degree, which is equivalent to 180 degree. So if these two angles, when we add these two angles, we get 180 degree. So this pair will be a linear pair. Friends, find the missing angle. So here ACD is 123 degree is given, and here we need to find angle BCD. So since the angles are linear pair, it means adjacent angles which are supplementary, so are called linear pair. So supplementary, it means the sum of angles. Here the sum of adjacent angles is equal to 180 degree. So now angle ACD plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degree. So what is angle ACD? So angle ACD is 123 degree. So 123 degree plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degree. Now Angle BCD is equal to 180 degree. So here when it goes to the next side, other side, it becomes minus 123 degree. So 180 degree minus 123 is 57. So that is the missing angle is 57 degree. Now since the angles M and O and O and L, the adjacent angles, are linear pair. So linear pair, it means that the adjacent angles that are supplementary. So that is angle LNO and ONM is equal to 180 degree. LNO plus angle MNO is equal to 180 degree. So here we know that angle LNO is 46 degree plus angle MNO, which is the missing angle. So here we have to find this angle. So equal to 180 degree. And here MNO, angle MNO is equal to 180 degree. So here it comes to the other side, it becomes minus 46 degree. So when we subtract 180 degree minus 46, so when we subtract 46 from 180 degree, we get 134 degree. So which is the missing angle? Here 134 degree is the required angle. Now students, in this problem, example 5.5, two angles are in the ratio 3:2. And if they are linear pair, so here the two angles are linear pair. If it is linear pair, so then its sum, their sum is equal to 180 degree. So find them. So here we have to find these two angles which are in the ratio 3:2. And here let it be the angles 3x and 2x. And since they are linear pair of angles, their sum is equal to 180 degree. So that is the adjacent angles that are supplementary. And therefore these two angles, so the sum of the given two angles is equal to 180 degree. That is 3x plus 2x is equal to 180 degree. So 3x plus 2x is 5x is equal to 180 degree. And x is equal to 180 degree divided by 5. So here it is in the product with x. So when it crosses the equal to sign, it becomes 1 by 5. And 180 by 5. So when we divide 180 by 5, we get, here it is 36 times, in the denominator it is 1 time. So x is equal to 36 degree. So the angle x is equal to 36 degree. Here we need the angles, the value of 3x and 2x. So for that, x is 36. So 3x it means, so if there is no sign between two values, it is considered as multiplication. So that is 3 into x. The value of x is 36 degree, which is equal to 108. That is 3 into 36 is 108 degree. And 2x, the other angle is 2x. So 2 into x, x is 36. So 2 into 36 is 72. So the two angles which are in the ratio 3:2 are 108 degree and 72 degree.